I have no idea what time it is. But a storm's rolling in, just a little one, and I thought y'all might like to sit on the porch and listen to the storm roll in. Ouch. Get my hair put back up. I thought you might like to see the view and listen to the storm roll in. We're down in a hole, so we don't. And it seems like a small thunder shower. I do have a Temu haul to do. Gosh, my hair will not cooperate today. I do have a Temu haul to do. I have just felt like crap today, and I guess it's because of these storms. I have just felt like absolute crap today. I guess it's because of these storms. Look how long my hair is getting, y'all. Boy, that's a rat's nest. Look at this. Look at how long my hair is getting. Well, hello, Brianna. There's a storm rolling in here, and I thought some of y'all might like to hear the storm roll in. So I come out here on the porch, and I can flip the camera around. Well, I can turn the camera around. I can't flip it around. I can flip it. Hang on. I think, yes, I have a button. Woo. Okay, so the storm's coming in. Look at that, that black bear carving right there. My son carved that. Such a little turd, but such a handsome little turd. He's so talented. Look at what he carved. Oh my God, it's heavy. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? My son carved that. I'm going to turn back around now. I don't have the muscles I used to. Do you hear the thunder? Do you hear the thunder? Okay, and Ruby will not leave me alone. Ruby is right in my lap. Yeah, my son carved that with a chainsaw art. Oh, and for anyone wanting to know how my burnt finger from the glue gun is, look at that. That's what it's doing. Listen, I make my art, but it is a pitiful, pitiful shame what I do to myself. Ruby, honey, stop trying to hold my hand. Oh, this dog, y'all. Let me show you the dog. This is the dog. She's in my... Hang on. Come here, Ruby. Have you been in the river again? This is... Let me tip. Ruby, say hi to everybody. Say, I think I'm a lap dog, but I weigh about 85 pounds. And I just want to hold your hand. You want to hold my hand? Hold my hand. Hold my hand. You just want to put your head... Okay, there you go. Hold my hand. You're going to hold my hand? Thank you. The dog's crazy. She's actually a very sweet dog, but she is... She thinks she's a puppy, and she's not a puppy. You're an 85-pound giant dog. Why are you in my lap now? Ruby! Ruby! Did y'all see that? Ruby, that's mean. Look at this. Let me see if I can back away and get her in the picture. I've got this kind of... Let me just put it down on her level. Let me see if it'll hook onto her level. If I drop you, I'll pick you back up. Hey, look, I look like I'm losing weight. I lost 15 pounds this month. And I got red flagged because they said, don't do that anymore, Elizabeth. And I said, I don't know how I did it. But I'm losing. Let me show you what she does. Oh, don't fall. Hang on, my clip-ins in here, babe. Okay, Ruby. Ruby. You want to hold my hand? You want to hold my hand, Ruby? Hold my hand, Ruby. Hold my hand, Ruby. I know you want... Oh, I love you, too. She just puts her head in your lap. Hold my hand, Ruby. Ruby. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, Ruby. Look at the camera. Look over here. Look at the camera over here. Say, I'm such a pretty dog. Oh, come on, Ruby. She's stronger than I am. Say, I'm such a pretty dog. Oh, I just hit my elbow. Say, I'm such a pretty dog. Yes, and look at there. I'm so beautiful. I'm so beautiful. Yes, I love you. Yes, but you're annoying as crap. You know that? Yes, you are. You got an itch? Okay. So, she's my constant bother. If anybody hasn't ever seen that. She's my constant bother. She's constantly behind me. I've also fallen twice. I had to catch a door frame and ripped like a big chunk out of my elbow, and it's healing. So I've fallen twice. I fell into the Jeep the other day for court. So they've red flagged me and told me I have to be watched closer. But I feel like I'm doing better. Like I'm not going through the stress that I was in. But holy crap, I can't get my body. It's like, get together, son. Work. This poor chair. I've got Jen's hitched on a kitchen chair. Ruby's a sweetie pie, and at night she chases bears, coyotes, everything off this farm. She got whipped by a bunch of coyotes last year, and Dad had to go get her vet care. But she won't back down from nothing. She's a hussy. I like dogs like that. I always like my coon dogs to be the meanest coon dogs. I mean, that's just the way I like to raise them. Oh, and I'm getting me. So my husband, after all of this, and then that woman's presentation at court, and then her blocking the road and waving at us, even though she has a no contact order, my husband has relented and said I may get me a big dog. He's like, if you come home and we fix all of this, which I don't know if it's fixable at this point, but he's like, if you come home and we fix all this, you may get a biting dog. I mean, I train them. They don't bite just anybody. I train them. I trained blue heelers for a long time, and I'm really good at training dogs. I've got Ruby to sit and stay for like 20 to 25 foot right now, which is amazing because she used to be like up your butt all the time. She's like me. I don't know. I don't think I'm as mean as Ruby anymore. I just want to be left alone. I'm pretty nice if I'm left alone. I just want to be left alone. And if you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But boy, if you latch onto my butt, I'm going to probably latch onto yours. So I was thinking about a Rottweiler, but my best friend Kim, I've got really great friends. Like Sabrina got her early birthday gift today. Where'd you go, Rube? She got her early birthday gift today, and I gave Kim her because it's Sabrina, then Kim, then me, all in the same month. But they're Taurus and I'm Gemini. I think I balanced them out. Let's just be honest. Probably not, but I'm gonna say I do. But I think Kim has got a husky heeler hound mix, and I really like the looks of them, and I like their attitudes. They're not even, well, they're about 2 or 3 weeks away from being weaned. But she's like, I'll hang on to yours. You can just give me dog food, and I'll hang on to yours until you get situated. And if me and David can work things out, I want one. Well, if I end up back up the mountain, I want one. Whether I work it out or not with him, I want one. Because I've always trained livestock dogs, so I want a dog that will protect me. And since my blue heeler Moses died, I've not had a dog that will protect me. So I need another one. I'm trying to braid my hair around my head, but oh Lord, my arms. Hey, Forever Flowers, how you doing? Priscilla, how you been doing? They're adorable, and they've got the husky eyebrows, and I'm thinking about getting me one because I'm pretty good at training dogs to, they stay right beside me, and I worked with cattle and horses for a long time, so I always had heelers, and if something came after me, I could hiss them on them. I had about 3 commands, they knew what to do. And I'm really thinking about trying my hand at it. I think it'll be something that will perk me up and give me something to do, which will take my mind off a lot of this crap that's going on. But also, David's not home a lot, so... But I don't know if I'm going to end back up at the hill or not. I don't know. Like, we're trying to talk it out. But he's a good man, but I think, just to be quite honest, I think when the kids grew up and they kind of left and vacated, I think that kind of broke his heart because what he wanted more than anything was a family. And when the kids grew up, he lost his family. And you can tell it's hurt him because he loved those kids. I mean, my children, even though he adopted them, they're his. He loves those kids. And so it's been really difficult to get him back in a happy place since the kids left. And, of course, Haley's super far away. Lane is close, but he just is a little turd here lately and doesn't want to have nothing to do with us because he thinks I'm a big man. I've got my own house to worry with. Well, that doesn't mean you stop being my child. That doesn't mean I stop loving you. That doesn't mean you have to stop seeing me. But to him and his wife, it does. I don't understand that either. If you're confused, I'm confused about that one as well. So I don't get to see my granddaughter hardly at all, and it's frustrating. Don't look in a mirror when you're braiding your hair because you will screw it up. Anybody else do that? Because I just did it.
But I think David is like, I think he's missing the kids. I think he's missing the family at the bustling house we used to have. And I just think he's in a very unhappy place. And I would love to be able to help him if I could get lead to stop coming my way. That would be nice. Another therapy session, yes, and I'm braiding my hair. It's fixing to come a doozy. Unless it goes around us, it may, if it hits the mountain just right, it'll go around us. Normally it hits here a little bit and then it goes around. But it's grumbled here for about 30 minutes. So I don't know what it's going to do. The mountain's a strange place, y'all. And I'm down here in like one of the weirdest areas in this county, like where they see a lot of lights. They see a lot of lights and they see a lot of strange things. My dad has coon hunted this his whole life. This is where he grew up. And he's seen the weird lights. But I feel completely safe and at home down here. So maybe I am a weird person too. I don't know. Maybe they know I'm weird and they won't attack me. But it's nice to have just cows and stuff around you and you don't have to worry about people. And we've got a bunch of security cameras for the farm. And, you know, you got 500 cows around you. And the cows are going to moo every time something moves. And then Ruby won't let anything move without her investigating it. And Dasher, even though I don't get Dasher on camera very much because she's camera shy, Dasher, the Australian Shepherd, is super protective of everything here as well. So I feel safe here. But I don't know, but I had to go home Sunday night to be at the DA meeting Monday. And we had a good Sunday evening, like David grilled steaks. I brought steaks from down here because Dad had just butchered a steer. And I brought steaks from here. We had a good night. He grilled steaks. And, I mean, it was a pleasant evening. But as soon as we got out of the DA's office, he was mad again. And he's mad about things that he can't control and I can't control, but that we're having to deal with. And it's like, I know you're angry, but do you understand your anger is coming at me? And I don't think he understands that. So, are your kidneys doing good? Good. Good. I lost almost 15 pounds this week, and they red flagged me and they said, you're going to have to be watched closer, because I was hoping they were going to discharge me for summer and kind of let me have an enjoyable summer. No. Because of the weight loss and the falls that I've had, which I think are just stress induced because it keeps my body in flare. They're going to have to maintain me and put me back in physical therapy, which I don't mind the physical therapy. It pushes me. Hear the thunder? I love thunderstorms. I hate tornadoes, but I love thunderstorms. So I'm going to go back into physical therapy. Here comes the rain. Oh, let me switch into around. I can still talk. Here comes the rain. Look at Mama's new plant that Dad got her up there. Isn't that gorgeous? Here comes the rain. It's just barely sprinkling. This is such a beautiful place. So look down here. Dad's sign. We don't call 911. I found out that like over half of my 911 calls were not being logged. They were not being logged or recorded, which is illegal against the law. So that was an interesting thing to learn. Yeah. So I'm dealing with a lot right now. Oh, Priscilla, you're doing good. I only drink water and liquid IV. I only drink water and electrolytes now, and it's helped me so much. I knew your anniversary's coming up because I know it's right before my birthday. I knew it was coming. I just couldn't remember what day it was. Happy early anniversary. Where am I from? Okay, WHERE. Where am I from? I am from the Cumberland Plateau on the line between Tennessee and Kentucky. If you can't tell by my accent. Hey, Gypsy, we're watching a storm roll in, though it kind of has fizzled since I came out here. It was a grumbling and a thundering and a booming. Now it's kind of We'll switch the camera back here for a second. Oh, and I braided my hair while I was watching the storm come in. And then Ruby had to come and get all up in my business. But so anyway, so I'm not getting discharged from my at-home nurses. Ow. Because of the falls. My elbow really hurts. Like, I took a chunk out of my elbow. This is like 3/4 of the way healed. And then I fell getting into the Jeep the other day. I can't do the stairs today. So I've had to stay up top of the house today. And it's just, I think, the weather, but also the stress. But yeah, I lost almost 15 pounds this month, which would be half of, what is it? That's a half a pound a day. Is it a half a pound? Yeah, it's a half a pound a day. So my nurses red flagged me, and they're going to keep me. And because of the falls, which I think is just stress induced, keeping me in flare, they're putting me back in physical therapy. So, oh, the frogs are coming out now. I just braided it. I pulled it over and got it down my flipping face. It was driving me nuts. I have no idea how to say your name, but I'm well. How are you? So we were going to watch the storm roll in, but it seems to have hit we're on the underside of the mountain, and then it climbs. But we normally get the big punch, and then it climbs and weakens. But it seems to have fizzled out before it got here. But we had some good rumbles. It was kind of neat. I hear a truck. Yeah, I hear a truck. There's just like 2 people that live past the road. So we're at the very end of the very end. Where did my dog go? Ruby! Ruby! Oh, she's right behind me. That's why I heard her. Come here. Come here. You want to show them what you can do? Let me show you what Ruby can do. Y'all are going to get to know this. Hang on. I may have to move it. Let me move it on here so you can see her do it. This phone is hanging on a chair, so just, you're going to have to deal with it. And if you think I look scrawnier now, yes, I am. I've lost way too much weight. You want a biscuit? We're not going to tell Paul that we did this. No, we're not. She wouldn't sit and stay before. Can you see it? Sit down. Sit down. Oh, what a good girl. Stay. Stay. Ready. Catch. Oh, how'd you miss it with that big old mouth of yours? Get under the chair, Ruby. That's great. Okay. Come back and sit. Sit. Sit down. Stay. 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 Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. Ready, catch. Good girl. Stay. Stay. Ready, catch. Good girl. Stay. 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 Ready, catch. You didn't even try on that one. Can you find it? Can you find it? Did you find it? Did you find it? So I'm just a big love bug. I'm just a big love bug. So look, airplane ears, airplane ears. Look at this, I got airplane jaws, airplane jaws. You're such a tweetums. You're such a tweetums. Oh, you're such a tweetums. You want to hold my hand? You want to hold my hand? You want to hold my hand? Oh, you're going to lick it. Okay, thank you. You want to hold my hand? Hold my hand. Say hi to everybody out there in internet land. Oh, you going to sniff him? Sniff up here. You hold my hand? Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. You got performance anxiety? So I'm a good old dog. I'm a good old dog. Here comes the rain. Move this back for ease. Oh, Mama's Chihuahua's throwing a fit. Hang on. Well, I guess thank you. I'm 70 pounds smaller than I was because I had a boy at a youth camp attack me with an axe, and I went through 5 surgeries in 10 years. While I was a parole officer, I supervised murders. and the steroids and surgeries and stuff. And they finally said, "Oh, you have a neuromuscular disorder." And when they told me that, I was like, "Well, it makes sense now." And I've lost a lot of nerve function, and I can't feel my left leg, which is why I always look when I walk backwards. But let me tell you what, it's been a rough life the last little bit. Did you hear Mom's Chihuahua? Mom's Chihuahua is going mad. Look at, it's starting to rain though, look. Okay, Ruby, get out of my lap. You're 80 pounds, honey. Oh, you're such a sweet dog. I thought it was going to storm big time, but I guess it's going to go around us and go up the hill. Mom and Dad went to dinner and they left me dog sitting. Dog sitting. If you notice, my black eyes have gotten better. This one has still got some pressure behind it, but I'm doing much better. It's gorgeous here. Let me get up and just give you a view here. Let me turn you around. Oh, look, see? I just, my eyes are getting better. They're getting better. Let me see. Let me show you everything here. Hang on, Oliver. I'll be back in a minute. So let me get down here. It ain't going to rain. I ain't made of sugar. I ain't going to might float. That is what my son carved with a chainsaw. Isn't he talented? He's a little talented booger, but that's where Dad smokes his pipes and cigars. That's what he brought Mama home yesterday. It's pretty. We put all of Mom's hummingbird feeders up yesterday. I put fake vine on this until her vine and black-eyed Susans start to grow. We're waiting for them to pop out. We've pulled some hostas to give them some medical care. This is her indoor plants. I bought her that hummingbird feeder. And she's got some flowers, I think, here. And at night, this lights up. All of it lights up. I don't think I can make it do it now. All of it lights up. It looks like it's sprinkling water into the... Isn't that cute? But there's Dad's pot garden. That sounded really bad. He plants in pots, in the mineral pots. And we eat salads out of this every day, except for those 4. I've got sunflowers in those. Everything else is broccoli and tomatoes and sweet peas and stuff like that. And then down over there, see, back there's the chicken house. And they're all being quiet today. Down here, past this fence is the creek. And it's pretty steep, as you can see, down the fence and down to the creek. The cows can cross the other side of the creek. There's a secondary fence. And so you'll see cows through this gap up here in the evenings. So, but there's the driveway. And then there's the other side. And up that hill goes the driveway to the main house. The rich people in my family that own the farm. One's a commercial airline pilot, and one's a heart doctor. Yeah, they ain't made like me. I was just a parole officer. But it's cute. Mama's Chihuahua is going crazy. I made that little hanging thing. It lights up for Mom at night. And then I bought her that whirly gig like 6 years ago for Mother's Day. And I got her 2 new jellyfish lights. And I have started putting lights on the fence going down that way. And I've got to do the other side this evening. So my favorite thing, though, is this is an old flower bush that came from my granny's. It came from a clipping from my granny's house. So, and of course, no house is, complete without the hound dog on the porch. Are you protecting the place, you big pretty thing? Are you? You're pretty, Ruby. Everybody loves you, Ruby. Do you love everybody, too? You do? Oh, you want to give them sugars? Okay. You're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. So I chase bears and coyotes and everything. Since she don't have a coon dog mouth, she goes, ah! Scared the crap out of me the first time I saw her. Okay, I'm going to let the Chihuahua out just in case he has to potty. Come on. Come on. Let's all come out. There goes Oscar. Come on, Oliver. Come on, Ollie. Fine. Oscar's very happy here. He enjoys it here. But, honestly, this is like the prettiest place ever. Dad's got his name on a sign down there that for the farm, showing where everybody is, who to go to. But And up that giant hill is the big house. I'm sorry, I'm shaky. My neuromuscular disorder is kicking my butt. And then, if you can see that little spot down, that's the hamburger pen of the ones that are steers that are going to be butchered. And then on past there is nothing but open field and then the one house. And it's just, I think Yins have seen it in my other videos. They have a jet black squirrel that lives in these woods back here. They have a jet black squirrel. They have to have the driveway repaired because it's starting to fall off the hill because the creek is right down there. But pretty place. Had the FedEx man not tore the fence up the other day, it would have been a gorgeous place. But they've got a claim on, and they're going to fix that. So I have to say FedEx has been pretty good to me. So, but the whole basement is one bedroom and kitchenette, and then Mom's entire quilt station. Come on, Oscar. Oodie-po. So I enjoy it here. I really thought it was going to do a Thunder Boomer and let you enjoy it, but I don't guess it's going to. You're a homegrown girl yourself. It is. It's very. I'm at the very end of the road on a private drive. So if someone comes down here, we know what they're going to do. Oh yeah, I love nature. I love nature. Me and Mama have planted some flowers and some seeds, and they're already coming up down here. But mine up the hill, David says, they've made holes, but they haven't come up. But now Dad has got really rich soil down here because, he's got how many cattle? So he's got really rich soil down here. And they do the gardens in the little containers, but they also have a big garden up the hill on the flat part. And my dad goes from like 9 to 1, he doesn't stop. From 1 to about 2, he stops and rests. And then from like 2:30 to whenever he comes in, he's going. And I don't know how he does it. He's 71 years old. I don't know how he does it. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get up and down the basement stairs. So Dave's okay. He's I had to go home Sunday night because we had the DA meeting Monday and then court Tuesday. And he was happy to have me home. He grilled steaks Sunday night because I brought him with me from down here because Dad had just butchered a steer. And but as soon as we had to go into the DA's office, he was upset again that he doesn't like a change to his routine, but he doesn't like having to deal with this. But the thing is if I don't deal with it, it's not going to stop because this woman is legitimately, I think, crazy. And that's why her lawyer, the first time he met her, and I know that lawyer. I've known that lawyer for like 8 years. And the moment he took her out, he left her outside the courtroom, came back in, and immediately asked the judge for a mental evaluation. And I was like, that's not normally his first step. Normally he does something beyond, he that's normally a last-ditch effort. But he did that the first thing. How old am I? I'll be 46 the end of this month. Last year I was so excited because I actually made it to Freddie Mercury's age before he passed away. And when I was little, I thought he had a good life. He lived a good life. No, I'm just not figuring things out. And for all that time, I thought that Freddie Mercury was so old and he had lived his life and he had had good years. And I'm like, I'm just now figuring life out. But this is the first time, like I supervise criminals, mostly murderers and violent male offenders. I supervised those for about 10 years. So I had juveniles and then I had adults. And I thought once I left is that my parents? I thought that once I left oh no, that's the nurse. I thought that once I left that side of things, I would never have to deal with these people again. I'm dealing with these people again. And it's not fun. I like living on a road where there's only 3 people that come in and out. We all know each other. Sing a song. Honey, if you wanted me to sing a song, Lord have mercy. I can only sing with my mama. But I did sing on the radio for many years when my dad had a radio show. He was a pastor. He had a radio show. The Chihuahua's singing for you. Can you hear him? I will say that one of the best songs that I've heard in a while, JJ Lawhorn dropped a Good Old Boy Gospel album. It's just amazing. All the songs are great. And my favorite off of that album is He's Everywhere. It's a really great song. So if you haven't listened to JJ Lawhorn's He's Everywhere, go listen to it. It's a wonderful song. Webster Springs, West Virginia. Yeah, we all know, everybody down here in the holler. Well, this is where my family, kind of my dad's side, originates from. Mama's, half of them are from the northern side, well, the northeastern side of the county, but then they also leave a trail up to Indiana because they all worked on the railway, whatever you want to call it. And so, Mom's is more native. She's mostly Cherokee, Lenape in her, and Dad's just Irish. That's why I look so pale and peaked till I get tanned. Don't you love the trolls? They're singing. See, I don't have to sing. The trolls will sing. Well, the railroad caused a lot of people to, hang on, let me get rid of this person. The railroad caused a lot of people, their families kind of became nomadic. And it's understandable because, you know, the engineers would work a north trail for like 3 years and they'd move them to a southern trail. Hey, Oscar, you are not a farm dog. Get up here. He wants to be a farm dog, but he doesn't know that the cows weigh half a ton. So, who am I? I am a retired parole officer, a retired counselor. I dealt with murderers and violent male offenders. I dealt with juveniles in state's custody that had trauma and addiction backgrounds. And I'm a pretty normal person, and I am disabled due to a neuromuscular disorder that's much like MS, except for it's worse. It can't be controlled. And I have a pretty quiet life until a neighbor got a methamphetamine addiction and began shooting for 8 months at my home, and then declared that she wanted me dead and tried to kill me with a 22 long rifle at about 60 yards, which you all know how lethal that is. A 22, their bullet travels about 1,200 feet per second. Now, I'm retired law enforcement, so it's in there. I have a master's in psychology, and we talk about important things. And I've been working, I have worked again more on the optogenetics slideshow today. Makes my eyes cross. There's nothing positive I can say about optogenetics. There's nothing I can say. And I'm trying to find why they started this. Was there a positive attribute that they were going toward? Oscar, leave the chickens alone. Come here. There was not. It was a pure, what can we do to the human brain kind of thing. It's not good. Well, we thought it was potentially some kind of retaliation, because I have supervised and dealt with people that she associates with and probably runs stuff for. But then once I got to really paying attention to her, I think she's just loopy. Because she kept saying that the little green men and me were stealing her trees. And I'm sorry, but that is... So I don't know, but they're going to do a mental evaluation. And so we'll know more then. She thinks she's sneaking out of this by asking for a mental evaluation. A mental evaluation, if they deem you incompetent, it screws your whole life up. There are so many restrictions on people that are deemed incompetent. Normally they put you in a community supervision, people stay with you off and on or check on you. So she'll have more eyes on her, more people in her life. And she won't be able to have, if she's diagnosed with anything or she's deemed incompetent, she won't be able to have a gun, a weapon of any kind. And she will be on a supervised list that will have to keep an eye on her. And if she does anything after that, if she handles a firearm or does it, she's gone. But she thinks she's avoiding a jail cell, but a padded cell is just like a jail cell. So, but if she's deemed competent to stand trial, then I'm sure the felonies will stick, and it's going to be the same end. She's going to be without a weapon with people monitoring her. So either way, she's going to have eyes on her, and I hope she gets some help. But honestly, at the age of 61, with several decades of polysubstance abuse, I believe she's neurologically fricasseed. So that's just my professional opinion. Well, she's on methamphetamine. She's paranoid out the yin yang. So, I mean, I worry about her, but I worry more about my safety, the 4 kids that live across the road, the pregnant lady down the road, the other kids that live up here that ride their bikes all around the neighborhood. Who else is she going to want to shoot next? I guess we're lucky she aims for me. Because I certainly wouldn't want her shooting at anyone else. I don't want a child harm. I mean, other people have livestock and horses up there. I certainly don't want to see somebody's horse get shot. And it's just like, okay, she's shooting at me. I guess I'm the one to take care of it. But I talked to the other ones where she's actually gone on their property with a weapon. And they're like, oh, we're too scared to say anything about her. We're scared she'll retaliate. She's already shooting at you. What else is she going to do? So I don't know. But I'm down here basically because I knew she was going to put me in a position to have to make a very bad choice. And I didn't want to have to make that choice because she kept getting closer to my fence to where I thought she was going to come over it. And I thought, I know exactly what I'll do if you come on my property with a weapon. And I don't want to do it. So I removed myself from the entire event. And my husband refuses to leave the home because he thinks if he loses the house, he loses his man card. And I see like 5 squirrels right now. But she's been quiet since the court's been on her. Of course, she said she had a medical issue. They said she had a medical issue that was really bad. It rhymes with poke. That she drove herself to court, and then she blocked our road on the way back from court and waved at me. So I immediately emailed the DA and said, you might want to have her counsel reiterate how important a no-contact order is. Because she came the back way just to block my road so I couldn't get in. And so I had to drive on down the road, turn around at the farmer's barn, and come back and try to get in. And I was just like, heifer, please. So I think she thinks I'm scared. I'm not scared. I just don't want to be put in a position to have to make a choice to where I do something that will haunt me the rest of my life. I really don't. Am I prepared to? Oh, yeah, I'm prepared to. Do I want to? No, absolutely not. So that's why I'm down here. Has bobcat fever. Oh, no. As the economy crumbles, there will turn into more people that are having mental health issues. A lot of paranoia will begin. A lot of people will start addictions to try to have a break from reality. And you're going to have this entire nation. Well, I mean, it's crumbled already. Let's just be honest. It's crumbled already. There's just a few good people left. And sadly, the thing that's crumbled the most has been law enforcement. Because I found out that over half of my 911 calls were not being logged or recorded. And that's against the law. Every 911 call that comes in has to be recorded. So, I've talked to legal aid 3 times now, and we're still looking for a civil attorney. So there's been so many federal and state laws broken that I could have a whopper of a lawsuit if I can find me an attorney that I agree with. Yeah, society is a bunch of crap. But like I told you in one of my last videos, the Phoenicians crumbled because they self-sacrificed. They were isolated, had great defenses, and had great skills, but they were isolated to where they thought in order to, keep the gods happy, they had to sacrifice. And so they sacrificed all ages of their people. And then the Romans found out that their numbers were low. And even though they had the great shoreline defense, the Romans attacked. And do you want to know why the Romans attacked? Because off the shorelines of the Phoenicians' land, there was a snail that made the color purple. And purple was the color of royalty, and it was worth a lot of money. And the Romans wiped out the Phoenicians for snails that made the color purple. So tell me that the world won't crumble now over this crap. But then they found out that the Phoenicians, who had been isolated and had, was smart, educated, great shipbuilders, and had great defense around their area, they had been self-sacrificing to the point they had, like hundreds of thousands of graves of their own sacrificed people of all ages. Does it sound like another nation you might know? Does it? It's very strange what starts wars, and it's because normally it's strange men that start wars, and it's strange issues that start wars. War is not started by a competent person that has the ability to communicate. War is started by somebody that either wants money or wants power. And we've been plugging the washing machines in Ukraine for how long now? I've been washing lots of laundry with my poor tax money. Don't you feel bad about that? I sure do. I've heard of Morgan and Morgan, and I've thought about it. Legal Aid's been doing really well with me, though, and I'm really rural, but I saw that the other day, and I thought, I might just do that. Might just do that. I love you, Ruby, but you're not a lap dog. You're just too big. My mom and dad ran up the hill to go and have a dinner together, and I'm Chihuahua sitting, which all he does is bark. Ruby, you're pushing the rocking chair. Ruby, you're pushing the rocking chair. Honey, you're too big. This dog. I love her, but Lord, she's so big. Hola. I've been told that Paraguay is muy bonito. So I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I used to work for a little Puerto Rican man, but all he taught me was the bad words. I know bad words in German too, but I just choose not to say them. Habla Espanol. What is it? What does it say? Would you get out of my lap? Your butt is squarely in my lap, Ruby. What does it say? What does it say? Paquito, a little bit? I don't know. I only know the bad words because I worked for a Puerto Rican man in a horse barn, and he all he taught me was the bad words. Okay, John Smith, what a great name. Bye. Get off of me, Ruby. You're killing me. I hit John Smith. He was being naughty. Yeah, the good boy system is... And that's what irritated me the most when I was an officer, was they would lie for each other. And I was like, how can we expect the people that we supervise, that you arrest and we supervise, to follow the law, if you can't even follow the law? Ruby, honey, you're rocking my rocking chair. You're too fat. You cannot push on me, honey. So, but, you know, it's people. Oscar, are you supposed to be over there? Oscar? Oscar's learning new limits and boundaries, and he's testing them daily. But I just wanted to peek in and say I'm down here and I'm feeling better, but my legs are not having the best time in the world, but I think it may be weather and stress, so I'm not going to worry about it too much until the weather moves through. And then if I'm still having issues, then we may need to look at it. But this Chihuahua's driving me nuts. I'm going to have to get him to hush. And he's just mad because I came outside. I offered to let him outside. He wouldn't come outside. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to get his dinner going because it's about his dinner time. And he has to have a very specific diet because he's a diabetic Chihuahua. I'm not making any of this up. It's the weirdest thing I've ever come across. And he has to have shots twice a day. He does not like for me to give him the shots. But I just say, excuse me, I'm bigger than you. And it happens. But Mom and Dad love him to death. He's 16 or 17. I think he just turned 17. But Mama made a short last night, just a funny short. I think she was just trying to amuse me. So if you haven't seen my short my mama made last night, go look. It's funny. I got a big kick out of it, just that she wanted to do it. Good, hey, Mary, it's good to see y'all too. I know I've been MIA, but I am working on stuff. It's just I'm going at a much slower speed because I'm just exhausted from handling all this crap. And then I had a sick week, and then I had a court week, and it's just the end of the week, and I'm like, let's start a new one and have it be better. So next week I'm going to make it be better. I'm going to craft and try to get out with Dad to check the cows in the Kubota. I can ride in the Kubota. So I'm going to try to get out and do some stuff and just try to have a good few days. It's going to rain for like 5 more days here. So, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay. As long as it gets through and my legs are okay. But I appreciate y'all hanging into the channel, even though I'm sporadic right now. I do apologize. Sabrina did an awesome live this morning. If you can't catch it, go to Rumble Dad and see if he caught it. It was an awesome live. I even jumped in on the comment section for a while. I love her lives because you get to hear her just as she is, because everybody's like, oh, she works on this stuff for a month. No, she's just that smart. Go watch Sabrina on the Synergy channel on Odyssey. She's just that smart. And if you didn't get to catch her live this morning, go to Rumble Dad, Non-Vaxxer 420 on Rumble, and check his channel out. Yeah, there's not a lot they can do for animals unless they are truly being abused or neglected. If they're, skeletons are not, vaccinations are not maintained, there's not a lot they can do. But if there is abuse, they actually do more than if they do if there's child abuse. It's kind of weird sometimes. It's weird. Everything here Dad has is fixed because they run the farm. But now when you got thousands of acres, you don't have to really worry about your dog going somewhere else. They stay. But he also has like, I call them the low jack collars, the tracking collars that he can keep up with him. But they don't really leave the farm. But everything here is fixed and vaccinated out the wazoo because they do run free. But Ruby has to have extra vet visits because she likes to fight coyotes. It's her job, but she gets she enjoys it a little too much. Ruby would be like a, I don't know, what is that, UFC cage fighter if she was human. She just loves to fight. Which comes in handy when you got a 400-pound bear running your farm or looking for calves, or you got coyotes running your cattle. It comes in handy. But she's the sweetest love bug, but when she gets out, she's like, this is my land, bud. And she gets plumb aggressive, but it's what she's supposed to do, so. But yeah, there's a whole juxtaposition. Oh, and if you haven't seen Sabrina's interview with Juxtaposition, you need to go watch Juxtaposition on Odyssey, and the interview, that was very good. But there's a whole juxtaposition between human abuse and animal abuse and how they deal with them in court, because I've seen some animal abuse charges worse than child abuse charges, and I'm just like, that was a child. Like, I'm an animal lover too, but that was a child. And it was like they gave them a, like, oh, it's okay. But a dog, they get jail time. But the kid, I just sat there sometimes and just was like, I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm sitting here in this job and I think they're all stupid. You got an itch? You're flapping your jaws. You got an itch? That's her jaws flapping. That was funny. So I will be back. Probably the next thing you'll get from me is the optogenetics slideshow. And I may do a narration with it and I may not. It depends. It depends on if I can find, again, that rat study where they hook the rat's brains to the light impulses. If I can find that, I probably won't do a narration. So be prepared. It's coming, and it's going to blow your minds, and it's going to make you question the whole world around you and everyone you know. So be prepared. If you're tenderhearted, don't watch it, because it's going to show you just what they've been doing for decades. Ever since Edison made the light bulb, and it's been amped up by a few other creators, they found out what it was good for, and they started using it. And you're going to understand why prisons and schools and doctor offices and government facilities all have the same kinds of lights. It's interesting. So that would be probably the next thing you get from me. Other than that, I'm going to try to craft a little bit tomorrow if I can get down the stairs. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go and comfort the Chihuahua because he doesn't like for his mommy and daddy to leave, and they left. And then I will try to get that posted by tomorrow evening for you, because it's just a lot of information. And then what we may do is take it slide by slide and do a short or a smaller video to talk about each slide a little bit more. But it's so much information, but it's information y'all need, so I'm going to get it to you. Have you seen the? Yeah, that's a really great video. It makes you wonder about things, doesn't it? It's very strange. Oh yeah, the hard-shelled bugs. Yeah, the rat one I think shocked me more than anything, because rats are closer in addiction and behavior modification to us than insects, and I was just like, So I don't know. I went to school to get my master's in psychology, and all it taught me was that psychology has been, and rather than use it to make people's lives better, they use it. What's the right word without getting tagged? They use it to modify people's behavior so that they can create issues or resolve issues or bend people to their will. I don't like it. I don't either, Annette. Like over 37 times they've been caught lying to us and doing experiments they didn't tell us about. So I don't trust them at all. So thanks everybody, Lucia, Annette, Brianna, everybody, even the trolls. Mary, you're a sweetheart. Forever Flowers, I appreciate you so much. And I know I've been MIA. I will get more stable as life gets more stable. Yes, Forever Flowers. Yes, yes, yes. I agree wholeheartedly. But things will get better as my life slows down a little bit. So I just have had to deal with so much that it's kicked me into overdrive with my flares, and I just have to be really careful during the day. But I am working on the optogenetic slideshow when I'm laying down, and I'm still whittling my slides down because it's so much information. But you'll get it probably tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll just do a segment every other day about one slide in particular and do a deep dive. It's scary. I just warn you. So, Brianna, everybody, thank y'all so much for sticking with me, even though I've been here, there, and yonder. I'm going to try to get Mom and Dad into more stuff because Dad enjoys it when he's not bone tired, and he's been doing a lot of work on the farm lately. But we'll get more stuff tunes in the next few days, and hopefully, take another tour of the farm. If I can steal Dad's Kubota. So we'll do some stuff in the next few days after the rain stops and I get to feeling better. So just hang with me. Things are going to get better. I promise. But yeah, as to where I'm going to end up, I still have absolutely no idea. But I do know that the stairs here are causing me a lot of issues. So that's something me and the doctors and nurses are dealing with. But we'll figure it out as it goes. Yeah, I'm just taking it a day at a time. I've got so much on me, just a day at a time. So thanks for praying for me and keeping me in your thoughts and sending good energy. And I still say go try to watch every video Sabrina does on this energy channel on Odyssey. Watch the juxtaposition interview. Start packing your brain full of this information and put you out of garden, grow you some food, put some stuff up. I wouldn't put it past people and maybe dig a little spring well. What do they call them? Spring. You dig them by the spring because the clay stays really cold and you can refrigerate stuff. Dig you one of them. I just think things are fixing to hit the fan. So, I mean, we've got people on college campuses getting federal grants, federal funding that are saying death to America. Excuse me, you're getting American money to go to school. You need to shut your mouth. So I'm just like, y'all, it's not getting any better. Prepare for the worst, but try to keep a good heart and good soul about you. And remember that the Lord's looking out for us. But he also takes care of idiots and drunks. But we'll deal with that one as we come to it. But just keep praying and keep helping each other and try to keep a loving demeanor even when the crap hits the fan. That's all we can do. So it's just like, I'm not I'm not a huge political speaker. I'm just saying I don't want anyone to be hurt. I don't want anyone to be at war. I don't want anyone to try to subjugate another human being. But when you're going to an American paid for college and you're getting American funds to go to that college, you don't talk bad about the country that's sending you to college to get your education. You shut your mouth because they were kind enough to do that for you. Shut your mouth. If you don't like America, then don't freaking come here and go to school. Take your honey in somewhere else. But all these people trying to dip their little toes in everybody else's puddles is starting a huge conflict, and it's over stupidity. It's all over stupidity. It's over power and corruption and greed and control and money and probably cocaine and drugs. And I mean, look at everything's been found in the White House. So, all we can do is just try to keep our heads turned toward God, be aware of the things going on, but just keep ourselves turned toward God and try to be kind as much as you can. but it's a really good time to create boundaries with those that live near and around you. Just saying. So that's my tidbit of information for the day. As you can see, I'm very calm. I don't feel great today, but I feel better. And June the 11th is the recall to see what the mental evaluation found. She has to pay for it. If she was, if she was with the state, the state's prosecuting her for me. But if she was on the state side, the state would pay for it, but she has to pay for it. So have fun with that. I know how much this cost. I used to do them. So if she gets it done by then, we'll have the information. If she doesn't, I'm sure they'll give her one more reset. But after that, they may just hold her in contempt. But she has to have it done, and we'll see what we're dealing with then. I don't know how you landed here either, but I appreciate you. I'm from the hills of the Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee, so howdy. I do speak a little bit of German, but I only know the bad words, so I won't say them here. Lack of boundaries invites lack of respect. Absolutely. You nailed it. And that's a good thing to end on. So everybody focus on that. Sorry, Mr. Guy in Germany, you caught the tail end. Apologize. Catch me next time. And wait for the optogenetics slideshow tomorrow, and we'll take a deep dive a day at a time. It's my niece's birthday too. That's how I'm remembering it. So Mary, you share my niece's birthday. She can get an independent doctor, but it has to be one that's approved by the state. They have to be, they basically have to be in a pool. They have to pay to be in a pool to be recognized as like officials that the state will say, okay, you're a professional. So she's got a wide pool to choose from, but she's still going to have to pay for it. And they're expensive. So, but I mean, she was paying $400 a week for ammo that was flying over my head. So maybe she can afford it. I don't know. But y'all try to keep smiling even through the hard times. I'm trying, even though my life has kind of went in the last, couple months. There's still positive things happening. I'm still reaching people. I was able to help 2 families last week that didn't understand the court system, didn't know how to file paperwork. They were confused. I was able to help them. Positive things do occur, and I'm healing well down here. And I think it's because I'm by running water away from all the power lines and in a very nice hidey hole where I'm safe. And I do better when I'm in nature. Just honestly, I grew up in the woods, basically. I grew up in horse barns, but I grew up. So I'm happier here with the cows because that's what I worked with my whole life. I'm comfortable here. Can I live with my parents forever? Heck no. But am I blessed that they are housing me right now? Absolutely. And I'm trying to help them as much as possible to not be a burden. Like they're getting a date night tonight and I'm watching the Chihuahua. So trying to do as much as I can and help out with some bills. And I make all my own food because I eat a very special diet. So, but we're all getting along and I'm enjoying the time I'm spending with them. But I'll let you go now. And thanks for checking in. Appreciations. Back to normal very soon. I literally have 3 weeks of nothing but farm life. So expect lots of videos. I love you guys. I appreciate every one of you. And honestly, this is probably what gives me the gusto to keep going. So I really thank y'all. I really do thank y'all. All right, y'all have a good evening. I'm going to round up Oscar and give Ruby a couple more snacks. And then I'm going to go in the house. Bye, guys. Did you not get to say bye-bye, Oscar? Oh, he's so mean.